Hey everybody, it's Chris, and I'm so excited to share with you this new project that I've started. I've been invited to be part of a testing group here on YouTube, and what this entails is that 10 of us YouTubers have been invited by Maisie over at May Silk to color her digital images, and this month she's created this really cute coloring page set called Spring Garden, and I've printed out several images to color, and over the next few weeks I'm going to color them in and create some more YouTube content. Today I'm going to color this really cute image here, this flower basket, and I'm going to make a greeting card with it. As I'm coloring it, I'm going to give you some more details about Maya Silk and how you can get involved with doing something similar to this. If you're not familiar with using digital prints to color with Copic markers or colored pencils or whatever you like to color with, I'm going to tell you more about that because you can actually print them out on your home printer and get going on them right away. So I'm going to start coloring this and tell you more about it as I'm doing it. To color the basket, I selected some of my earth tones from my Copic markers. Now, I initially chose 4 colors, but I realized that this first color that I'm using here was way too light, and it really was an unnecessary step. But since I had already started coloring with that color, I went ahead and finished coloring the first layer of the basket with it. But then you'll see as the video goes on that the other browns that I use actually colored that all up, so really was unnecessary. Now, did it hurt? No. Was it necessary? No. So the 3 colors of browns that I'll use in the future are E34, E19, and E39. So anyway, as I'm coloring this image, I'm going to tell you a little bit about printing digital images on your home printer if you're not familiar with doing so, and hope to give you a few tips just in case it's something that you're interested in trying in the future. Now, I have a Canon printer that I purchased for less than $40. Did I know that it was Copic friendly? No. Really, the only way of knowing if your printer is Copic friendly is to try it out. I've heard that some people will print their image and let it dry for 24 hours before they start coloring with it. But with this printer, I actually can print it and then go to my workspace and start coloring with my Copics immediately. And I have no bleeding whatsoever from my printer ink. If you're interested in knowing what model of printer I use, just shoot me a message here on this video and I'll reply to you as soon as I see it. So anyway, the one thing that you do need to use when you're printing to color with Copic markers is you need a Copic friendly paper. You know, if you color with Copics that you can't just color on regular paper. It's too thin and the Copics soak right through the paper. Now, if you want to print digital images and color with colored markers, then just use whatever printer paper you have at home, and the ink or the paper really don't make much of a difference. But when you're coloring with alcohol-based markers, you do need a particular type of paper, and you need an ink that is Copic friendly. So let me tell you about the 2 different types of paper that I use. Now, I use 2 different types for coloring with Copics, but the one that I use the most and that I color especially when I'm experimenting and not sure that I'm going to commit to whatever it is I'm coloring is a paper that I buy at my local Staples, and it is called Hammermill Color Copy Digital Cover Paper, and that is an 80-pound stock paper. And that's a mouthful, I know, but it's called Hammermill Color Copy Digital Cover Paper. And it's very Copic friendly. And what's great about it is that if you do goof up on something, you don't feel so bad about tossing it in the recycle bin because it isn't terribly expensive, and it works very well. So now the second paper that I use with my Copics is called Express It Blending Cardstock, and this is specially selected for use with Copic markers, and it's a great paper. It's wonderful. It blends so well. Your markers look so beautiful and vibrant on them. But you do want to use it sparingly. You only want to use it for your projects that you know that are going to be your finished, completed projects, not something that you're going to toss away. It's not a throwaway type of paper. If you do want to try this paper, they do sell it in smaller packages. But what me and my friend Sherry did is we actually bought a full package of it, and we just split the cost between the two of us, and we split the paper. Now, I use both papers. I like them both equally, believe it or not. I like the freedom of the hammer mill, knowing that if I goof up, that I'm not wasting some expensive paper. So again, those are the two papers that I use. Okay, back to my image, because I haven't told you about the colors that I'm using now. For the leaves, I used 3 colors of my YGs. I used yellow, green, 11, 13, and 17. And then for the first couple of flowers that I colored, I used my violets, which I absolutely love this color selection. I use a V12, a V15, and a V17, and they make a really pretty purple color, and I love the violets in there. The next flower that I'm going to color after these violets is a very vibrant, rich red, and these are my favorite reds. They're the R24, R29, and R39. They make a beautiful rose, beautiful red tulip. They're also great for coloring Christmas colors like Santa's outfit or poinsettias. You'll see the first 2 colors of red are actually kind of light. It's that third color, that R39, that you put in there in the shading, that really just makes this red stand out. And it's just my favorite go-to colors of color choice for reds. And then I think the next flower I color with my RVs, my red violets. And I'm asking instead of telling you, red violet? So yeah, I used 3 of my RVs. I think I used RV10, RV21, RV13, something like that. Maybe an RV, I think RV25, yes, the darker RV. But use whatever colors you have. Those are just the colors that I chose, the colors that I have. Because I'm fairly new to coloring with Copics, I basically just have, in some of the color families, I only have 3 or 4 of the colors. In my blues and my blue-greens and in my earth tones, I have more than that just because I use them more frequently. For my yellow flower, I believe I used a Y11 and a Y13, and then maybe I highlighted it with a yellow-red 23. And I think I also use those colors inside the flowers as well to put in the center part of a couple of those flowers. Now, before we get finished coloring this, I do want to tell you, I want to give a shout out to the artist who created these really pretty images, because Maisie over at Matte Silk Designs, she actually has an Etsy shop. I'm going to put a link here on this video to her Etsy shop too. I do want to tell you that when you buy an image online, a digital image, you do want to make sure that you use that image just for your own personal use. And also, as much as you like sharing things with your friends, and me and my friends share all of our art supplies, but don't share your digital images. If your friends like the images, by all means, pass on that link and let them purchase it themselves, because they are very affordable, and you do want to support your artists who work really hard to make these images. So with that being said, I'm going to finish up this project, and I can't wait to share more of what I've colored with these lovely coloring pages. For the background image on the card, I used Stampin' Up's hardwood stamp, and then I just gave it a whitewash effect with B000 and C1 Copic markers. Once I was all done with the coloring, I just fussy cut the flower basket out, and then I just used dimensional tape to attach it to the background image. And then for the sentiment, I used a stamp set from Stampin' Up called Gift from the Garden, and I just thought that this was a really appropriate message for this particular card. And it says, "A gift from the garden is a work of art." I just thought that was really cute, and it finished the card off just nicely. And then I just attached it all to a gray cardstock, and there you have it. Okay, and to finish off the card on the inside, I just cut out a piece of cardstock about 1.5 inches tall here, and I attached it to make a pocket to hold the flower seeds. And I just attached it here along the sides and the bottom with a double-sided adhesive tape. And then you can see here, I colored the same image that's on the outside of the car, just the flower portion of it though. And then I fussy cut it out and glued it to the bottom panel. I think the only thing I would do differently the next time is I'd probably make this panel in a brighter color like a yellow or a pink or a green, just to make it pop and stand out more. But other than that, I'm really pleased with this project and I really enjoyed making it. And so I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. I'm going to get started coloring another image now and hope to make another YouTube video to share with you by next weekend. But in the meantime, check out Maya Silk on her YouTube channel. And if you want to get started making and coloring some of your own digital designs, check out her Etsy store. And I will put all the links in the description panel of this video here. So thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.